It changed me in many ways. I put my whole life upside down. So.
Christian, you're in Cape Town.
Yeah.
On your beautiful little boat, one of the better looking ones in the fleet.
Thank you. It still is, yeah.
Yeah, so it must be quite an emotional feeling, and this is what the next sort of 5-6 minutes is about. The journey that you took from the time you decided to do the race to get and build the boat and then finally get to the start line. Can you try and describe the emotional roller coaster, the highs, the lows, questioning yourself, anything you like, and it's all about how that was the first step?
Oh, there were so many. There was highs and lows, just chasing each other. As you know, I always dreamt about building a boat myself, and that was the way to go. But to get actually to that point, to be able to do it, to find a shed, to try to organize things around, try to organize jobs and working hours if this is possible, to do part-time and stuff. That was a big challenge. And with the help of Hedwig, I found a shed where to build the boat, and from there on was just ups and downs. Yeah, you know, the material that I got from a German supplier was not good. I'm carpenter, so I know how to judge that stuff, and it took a really long time to get that replaced, and that was the first big setback that I couldn't start right away.
When you say big setback, like you're having trouble sleep at night, you're wondering how am I going to do it? You know,
because the initial idea was to do the first Transat in 21.
Yeah.
That was a really tough thing, and with the knowledge that I have now and how many hours it took me to build Argo, and in the quality that I want to have it with the beautiful surfaces and everything, it wouldn't have been possible. But I didn't know that back then, so it was really stressing me a lot that I couldn't get the material in time. So it took me half a year to get the right material, and but finally it worked out well. Yeah, with highs and lows during the build.
You must have.
I was able to do.
You must have been really, because I was watching it, and I said to Jane so often, "I know he's great guy, great boat, but there's no way you're going to make it." You must have gone through. This is in like the last sort of 3-4 months. You must have been worried then, you know.
I can work pretty fast. I was worried, but it takes me a lot of time to sort things out, to think things through, to make plans how I want to have my boat adjusted to my needs. And you know from the boat tour that so many things are adjusted to my needs within the limits what's possible on the 580. But there was a lot of thinking going into this and a lot of planning.
Yeah.
And when this is sorted out, the building can go quite quickly.
Yeah.
So, but as I said before, it wouldn't have been possible without the help of my friends, because they were really supporting me a lot. To mention Hedwig as the first.
So they were supporting you emotionally as well, obviously.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And Patrick came as he retired from the race. Then he came to Germany from Chile and helped me really getting the boat ready.
Yeah.
And also Tobias and Thomas, my manager, was so helpful working in the shed and doing all the stuff with certification and stuff. That was really helpful.
So you get to the start and the boat's in pieces. You're still building the boat to a degree just before the start.
Yeah.
So what was from the start to the finish of the Transat in Antigua, did you ever think of giving up? Like, did you ever feel worried about certain things, your own ability, or have any self-doubt? Can you describe any of those emotions if they were there?
That's basically part of the reason why I'm doing this, because I was always thinking I might be able to do this. I might be able to sail around the world, but I was not sure if this is really the case, and that's what I wanted to find out. That was the thing. Is it really? Am I able to do it? How will I react in situations when it gets getting difficult, when something breaks on the water? Will I be able to stay calm and find a solution? And that was the case. But I was worried at the beginning if this was really was possible for me.
So something was driving you forward during that period all the way through.
Yeah.
So can you describe what that was? Was it an inspiration? Was it your father? Was it whatever?
My father was an inspiration in the way he lived his life adventurously, and it did so many different things in his life that I really admired, and he didn't wait to take opportunities and just start with something new or start all over again with something else. And that was quite inspirational. And I tend to finish the things that I start. So there was even when there were doubts during the build, I was never really thinking about giving up the project. And sailing was the same. Yeah. And as you know, actually to be ready enough, that's maybe a step where many people who build their boats struggle, or if are they ready enough to start. And that was the same for me, and it was a special situation because all the other boats were out at the start line in Lagos, and I was still trying to get the boat ready. I didn't have any sheets in and whatever, so tried to finish that, and there was no one left on the pontoon. And all the spectators were on the boats outside, and Kerry was building on his boat as well because he started late, I was standing there and had really to take the decision on my own. Am I going now, or do I stay for a couple of days? And it's no. Yeah, so I'm here to do this, and then I just went for it. Yeah.
So, do you think the whole experience to here has changed you in any way? And if so, how and why?
It changed me in many ways. I put my whole life upside down. So it's been an emotional roller coaster to be out there. Although I enjoy being alone, there were moments where I struggled being alone, or where I felt lonely, and that was partly of the solitude that you have out there in the ocean, as you know, but also part of decisions that I made, and it was challenging, but the good parts are also there, and they are driving me forward, and I think I'm way calmer and more rested in myself. So I'm feeling very confident, and also a little bit proud that I made it so far. And
you just answered my next question. I was going to say, do you give yourself the luxury of feeling proud at all?
Yes, it's going to start a bit. So for me, it's like I don't feel too proud that I did something, or that I'm doing something extraordinary. Although we know, or we start to realize, okay, it's really something special. Mini globe race has never been done before. Not a single race has been made in this tiny boats, and that's amazing. But the feedback that we get from people is like pushing me a bit to be aware of that, because for me it's like that's the normal thing, because I was thinking about that for such a long time during building the boat, so it feels quite normal. Yeah. And I hope to be an inspiration for others to do that kind of stuff.
So where does it sit in the scheme of things in your life so far? Is it right up the top, or in the middle, or whatever? Where does it sit?
Oh, sailing wise, that's a top end for sure.
But what about life? What about life?
I did so many things adventurous things, or things that might be dangerous to other people, if it's free riding or whatever, or other things that many people wouldn't take the risk. Yeah. And for me that's what life's about. Yeah, to go to your own limits and push the boundaries if you can, and I'm feeling good with that.
Yeah. Okay, so Oh, jeepers, I always get bogged down with the last question or so. Okay, so we've gone through I've been asking too many questions today.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Okay, so you got the scheme of things. Okay, I think that's probably about it. I mean, jeepers, I've gone completely blank, Jing Jing. You're the last one getting the question. I'll snip this edit.
Yeah.
So we've gone through the pad thingo, scheme of things, the journey. I think we're just about done. There's one other one that I always ask everyone. I can't, if I can think. Oh, I got it. Okay. So in the scheme of things, no, we've done that. I've already asked you that one. What's another question, Jing Jing? I think I've covered it all. Sorry, mate. I've
I don't know.
Questions everywhere. Okay, there's another one. Well, it's bloody. We did.
Don't you have a list of questions?
No, they're in my head. That's the problem. But there's one more. I know that. Okay, so we went through the pride, went through scheme of things, went through the. Oh, did I ask you whether the race is delivering? No, I didn't. Okay, so when you decided to do the race, you may or may not have had a perspective on what it was going to be. But do you think the whole experience has delivered what you expected, or better, or worse?
It's difficult to say. I always liked the concept of the race with the stopovers. On the other hand, you experience you're rushing around the world, and I would have loved to stay longer in many places, and that just proves to me that I need to do another circumnavigation. Yeah. Hopefully on a bigger boat and with family, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, it's difficult to say. Yeah.
Okay. So, and what about? Is there any one thing or one person that gives you inspiration, keeps you moving forward?
No, I think you have to cut out that as well. So
yeah.
That's.
That's cool.
No, that's not really someone that I would particularly think about. So. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll lead into the finish here. So so good luck, eh? See you on the other side.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Good job. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Tom.
See you later.